Rich, your first summer in the job, how have you found settling in and how are you finding things?
Really good, yeah, thank you. It's been an interesting first 3 months, and now when the window's closed, it's good to reflect a little bit on how it's gone. But in this process, also moving my family from Finland, which should happen next week, which is really exciting. And then I'll be in daily and you'll see me all the time.
And in terms of the transfer window, now it is closed, how would you rate it overall?
We were in a hard position at the start. I think if we're all open and honest, we all understood that. We sat with the fan forum straight after the season and we had an amazing end to the year and stayed in League One. But it was a lot of loans, a lot of short-term deals and a lot of players returning from loan. So the squad was not where we want it to be. And I would say that we're really happy through the summer how it progressed and really happy with the point that it's at now in terms of A to B in that distance. A lot of work still to do, but it's going to take 3-4 transfer windows to get the squad to where everybody at the club now would be really happy with.
Just looking at some of those deals, obviously a major outgoing, we saw Roman Burrell go to QPR. How important is it that players see Burton as a place where they can come and improve and then get that move to a higher division?
Yeah, I think that's what football is nowadays, and it's changed, and I think our fan group understands that. They understand where we are, and what we're building is a project about developing a community everyone can be proud of, building something special where a player can come, develop and go forward, and we celebrate that. And also at the same time, I think that's with coaching staff, that's with in the business side with staff also. This has to be a place about developing people. And ultimately, if someone goes on to something beyond Burton Albion, we celebrate it. So with Roman, he came in from Scotland, lower leagues, didn't play too much at first, and then when Gary came, he's obviously developed him, got him in next to JDB, and 11 goals and potentially our highest transfer fee out. Fantastic story, and now we just need to repeat that.
You've had some returning faces this season in terms of Fabio Tavares, Dylan Williams, Karen Lofthouse. They made their loan deals permanent. That has to be a positive sign, right? Yeah, so a key part of what we wanted to do is get as much stability as we could from 24-25 season when we were successful. Get as stability through the coaching staff, new contracts, through those type of players. And they're key parts of the squad, so very happy with that. You've also given new contracts to Finn Delap, Camille Dudek, Cakes Chowke. It's important as well that this club secures that young talent going forward.
Yeah, 100%. If you don't have longer contracts, the players will leave to go forward without you having any access to the business side of it. So with what we're trying to do now, we're going to have to, when we find the right player, we have to invest in them, give them longer contracts and take a chance and keep developing them.
You also added some experience in Jake Beasley and George Evans and Alex Hartridge. That was something that obviously you and Gary both wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, so transitioning the squad from last year to this year, we ended up with a very young team. And some of the games at the start of this season, we lacked experience. And me and Gary spoke about it with our recruitment process. The big thing towards the end of the window is to get some older players that you can look around the room and say, oh, he's done it. Now we've got the support, we've got a group that can get through a game for 90 minutes. If you look at the Stockport game, I thought we were fantastic for 45. Tyrese obviously bursts through and gets the red card. We could be 3-0 up. But the game ends up going a different direction, maybe because we didn't have the heads that could understand how to slow it down, control it. So it was very important going into the last week that we could add that experience with our talented young players.
Obviously, mentioning deadline day, you did add Alex and George, but were you maybe disappointed you didn't get business done, maybe a bit more in and out?
Yeah, I think a lot of what we want to do with recruitment, I think I said it on the last interview, is going to be boring, which unfortunately is the reality of what we need to do. We have to be very calm, calculated, and when the right player is ready, we need to go aggressive. So Alex is somebody we worked on for quite a long time, and in the end we got the deal done with Wickham for him to come, and that aligned too with the experience part. George was a unique opportunity that came later, and then we were ready and aggressive. Going into the final days, we wanted to add 2 more players. We've got 2 more loan spots which we then didn't use, but the 3 or 4 targets we had for the last crazy hours of what a transfer window deadline day can be, they didn't pan out. So we're not taking that risk to sign somebody that doesn't fit what this club is, the values of this, the budget, and the environment that Gary's creating with the first team, or created. We're not taking that risk, so we didn't sign anybody.
And for you now, what's the aim with the kind of the recruitment and the transfer department going forward?
So when I walked in, there was a database with some scout reports that was just tick off of what games have been done. So there's nothing left for me to use. And one thing now really important is we build a recruitment department. So if a head coach leaves, or if my position leaves, or head of recruitment leaves, there's something stable for the club in the future. So that is my main focus now, to build and develop the recruitment department, so that in the next couple of months we've got the key targets for January. We've already started working on the key targets for the following summer and forward. And these are parts of our improvement of the club, building the structure, getting things more organised and efficient. So quite excited to do that. Good opportunity, and we've saved budget in the club's budget for this, because it's if we can find and sign the right players long term, will be good.